Okay.
Hey.
Hello, this is Ghouls and Ghosts. I am Zedamad, and to my left here is Nito.
Hey.
I don't think this game needs a whole lot of introduction.
It's pretty famous.
It's kind of legendary. It's notorious for being really difficult, and I'm going to destroy it
And
right now.
he's really good at it.
Yeah.
This is the world record holder. Just a small fact there. He's very humble, but he currently holds the world record across 2 categories of this game.
Thank you very much, Nito.
And
yeah, this game was ported to a whole bunch of consoles. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually grew up playing this game on the Genesis, but today we're playing the arcade version of the game, which is the original version in Japanese, because the Japanese version is much, much harder than the other versions of the game.
This is also the fastest, right? Arcade?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it? I think so.
It's somewhere between that and Genesis?
I think the PS2 version might be the fastest because only because it's actually like an arcade port, but there's no high score screen when you game over.
Okay,
so that's technically
like, technically a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's get started. Insert my credits. Different button. Okay, my hands are still kind of cold.
All right. Well, you got to smack that.
Ready?
Smack the big enter button.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so stage 1 is kind of boring. We're just jumping and shooting.
Right. This is the start of the jump and shoot block. So,
yes.
Yeah. There's
starting it
going to be
appropriately.
a lot of jump and shooting today.
So this game is famous for having 2 loops, and the second loop of the game is actually identical to the first one, almost identical. There's 1 extra enemy on the first stage. I'm not sure why they did that.
Is that the only change?
That's literally the only change.
I didn't even know that.
I think the reason the 2-loop system kind of works is the game has a dynamic difficulty system. So the way that works is the longer you're alive in this game, the more difficult the game gets, and you decrease the difficulty by dying. So I guess by the time you reach the second loop, the game is inherently more difficult.
As long as you haven't died a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was a cute little D-boost back there. And this is Shielder, first boss. Probably the most complex boss of the game. I got a disgusting pattern.
Ooh. Yeah, that was a weird pattern there. Oh, you know another reason they have 2 loops? Probably because on the arcade version, they just wanted to eat your quarters, eh?
Yeah, this game was a quarter-munching machine.
Notoriously difficult.
No! Oh my lord. You got the sword skip.
That's a good time to talk about weapons there.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most important skips in the game right there because there's a few weapons that are actually like completely unviable. The sword is the only melee weapon in the game, and actually if you get to stage 4 with the sword, you cannot defeat the final boss. It doesn't reach it.
Wait, that's Beelzebub?
No, Ohm.
Oh, Ohm.
The sword just can't reach him. You can't kill him with it. You have to die and go farm for another weapon.
That's terrible. Like, why would they even put that in the game? Who knows?
They did put in some precautions. You can't pick up the sword on stages 3 and 4. Kind of. You can pick it up on stage 3.
But if you get really unlucky, or actually, no, it's not unlucky. If you just miss all the chests on 3 and 4, then you'd be stuck with it. So this game has an interesting weapon drop system where there's all these secret chests. As you saw, one spawned behind Zed.
Yep.
So every time you spawn a certain number of chests, you know what the next one is going to have in it.
Yeah, they're on a fixed cycle, and the contents depend on the armor you're currently wearing. And to actually trigger the chest, to make them spawn, there's like invisible trigger points that you just have to run into. And normally they're kind of at like your jump height. So if you're just jumping around, you'll find a bunch. But some of them are pretty well hidden.
So during this section, this is kind of the on-rail section of the game.
Yeah, this is thankfully the only auto-scroll in the game. We got the dagger.
And dagger is the best weapon in the game,
Dagger is by far the best weapon in the game, and that's for a couple of reasons. One is because it's just super fast and does a ton of damage. The projectile moves quickly. You can have 3 projectiles on screen. Most weapons you can only have 2 or even 1.
Oh, okay.
And also the hitbox of this weapon is really thin, which is, it sounds like it's not the greatest. You kind of intuitively you think you might want like a really big weapon to just cover a lot of ground.
But it lets you weave it, right?
Yeah, in this game, there's a lot of invulnerable hitboxes that just eat up your projectiles. So the larger your weapon is, the higher the chances that it just gets eaten up by like a wall like this.
Right.
Like if I was trying to shoot up here with a bigger weapon, it would just hit that wall to my right. I wouldn't be able to defend myself.
Yeah, so because this is on rails, usually this is the part where Zed is trying to farm the musical daggers. This is where Zed's trying to farm for the good weapon, which is the dagger.
Yes.
This part is actually really difficult. There's a small trick he's doing here.
The chest jump.
Chest jump, right there. You have a couple of frames where you can jump on top of that chest and get a little bit of a boost up to the tongue before you're supposed to be able to. And Zed got it first try.
It's more precise than it looks. Normally, you have to clip into it as it's spawning. If you just jump into it as it's already spawned, you'll just run into the side and fall off.
Oh, first cycle? That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, one cycle fight. That was nice.
Okay,
all right.
Stage 4.
This is probably the biggest hit or miss stage in the game.
Yeah, this stage is kind of brutal when it comes to the RNG. Like that kind of sucked.
Oh, that was good. As you can see, there's these, what is it, skeleton murderers?
Skeleton murderers.
Their name is skeleton murderers that can spawn all over the place, and their movement is relatively random, like how fast they move?
Yeah, well, it depends on rank, actually.
Okay, okay.
If you're on high rank, so if you haven't died for a long time,
then they'll rush you really fast.
They're super fast.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad. You didn't die on that section. That can be tough. So Zed's going to take
an intentional death here. We need to get our armor back so I can do a big skip coming up.
So there's a checkpoint system in the game where most of the levels have a checkpoint. So he got the armor so he can do this skip here, where he jumps and passes by a lot of the platforming in this level.
Big jump!
Ooh, yes! The problem is in this game, you can't change your direction once you jump. So he's going to do this all again. The big jump is actually a very difficult trick. Saves a couple of seconds. 2, 3?
Something like that. I don't really know. Let's try again.
And
nice. And this time we jumped forward.
Good timing. And this boss is the biggest RNG factor in the game.
You can lose like 20 seconds or more just depending on how this boss decides to act.
Right. So
these worms flying around are fully invincible. And if they get in your way, your only option is to just wait.
But luckily, once you kill the first 3 sets of intestines there, you have like a safe spot, right?
Yeah. And they are intestines, by the way. They're not hearts.
Yeah, they look like hearts, but apparently the game's like, nah, they're intestines. So yeah, that was actually a big beast that you were sitting on there.
Yeah, giant slug-like thing.
Yeah. So there is, so we talked about RNG. A lot of this game has a bit of RNG to it. Like the movement patterns of the enemies are RNG related.
Oh my lord.
Mostly that. It's just the movement patterns of the enemies. And it's how you deal with the RNG that can make or break the run.
Yeah.
So if you're able to adapt and recognize patterns, you're very good at this game, as that is. But specifically on Ohm and the next boss, Beelzebub, that's RNG that you can't really mitigate. You just have to, you're forced to play around it. That's going to set up a little skip here. A D-boost. Nice.
And I have to die here.
Yeah.
This is because of the rank system, actually. So if I beat this stage without dying, by the time I get to stage 1 in the second loop, the rank is so high that it causes a really early spawn that prevents me from doing my damage boost.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew you always took the death there. I thought it was just to get your armor back.
It's also for
this
safety.
Because this section is tough here. Double shielder. Oh, right. So when you have the gold armor, you get basically a special power-up based on what weapon you're holding. And that makes the daggers even better because it has one of the best power-ups, which just lets you double yourself and double your projectiles. Basically doubling your DPS.
Full damage, I don't think,
okay.
But it's still, the DPS is insane when you have the magic out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not really useful in the stages, but for the bosses, it's kind of essential, especially on this boss right here, Beelzebub.
So this is the next big RNG factor that you're kind of just forced to... okay.
This is spooky.
Oh, that was rough.
Okay, don't have our armor, so...
Let's hope Beelzebub gives him a good pattern.
Oh my god, this goblin's still here.
He didn't go away. Uh-oh. All right, we're stuck in a corner. You can manipulate his bees by shooting them to make him move up. But yeah, sometimes Beelzebub can just leave the arena.
He's
and,
a big wuss.
Yeah, be a wuss, run away, and then you're stuck with nothing to do for a cycle or two. All right, that wasn't bad, though. No deaths, though. That was solid. You took the intentional deaths, but...
There was one death when I did big jump and neutral jumped.
Right. Okay.
That was kind of goofy.
So this is Merlin?
I don't know.
Supposedly?
He's just old man. We call him Santa Claus.
Or he's a sorcerer. Santa Claus. In the English version of this, you'll notice quite a few typos.
The English is pretty good.
The English is pretty bad. She talks about the goddess of battle instead of the goddess. And this is Prin Prin. We didn't even
Princess Prin Prin.
Didn't even say why we're doing this run in the first place.
Right, we're trying to save, we're trying to save like the entire village, but among them is Prin Prin.
Yeah, Prin Prin the Princess. Very creative title. All right, and as you'll see, so we just finished the first half of the game here.
Yep.
So we do the same thing again. So if you missed anything the first time around, you get a second shot at it.
Just more jumping and shooting.
Jump and shoot, jump and shoot. And to be honest, like, Zed's making it look pretty easy. He completed the first loop in, I don't know, what, like 9 minutes?
That was probably
most?
under 8.
Oh, yeah, 9 minutes. Probably even less.
Yeah, before the cutscene, I guess it was probably under 8.
That's another damage boost he just did there. Skips a bit more platforming. He makes it look real easy, but I played this game for the first time a couple months ago. It took me a couple hours to beat the first loop.
And that was after you've been watching me play this for
Yeah,
quite
and
a
I've been
while.
watching him for, I don't know, a year plus. Uh-oh.
Spooky again. Sheila gave me that early fireball twice.
Weird. You don't see that too often.
No,
Usually
not
he gives
really.
you a nice pattern. So yeah, again, that's an instance of RNG that can be played around. Same with the turtle patterns here.
Yeah, here really, I get some safe jumps at the beginning. I kind of am intimately familiar with how they tend to spawn, but really jumping here is how you die. Like here, I'm just gonna walk.
Just don't. Oh right, we didn't even mention jumping is faster than walking in this game.
Yeah, jumping is about 12% faster than walking, which is why I'm spamming jumps for the whole game.
But it makes an interesting dynamic between jumping and like the commitment that comes with the jump.
So I'm constantly doing the most risky thing I can do.
Like I said earlier, you can't change your direction, so once you start jumping forward, you have to keep jumping forward. If you neutral jump, you're stuck going up and down until you touch the ground. So, so he continuously jumps forward because it's faster than just walking, but if he gets a bad pattern from, like, say, what is it, Hellbat? Are they Hellbats?
We just call them Firebats.
Firebats. If he gets
they actually are called Firebats.
Okay. If he gets a bad pattern from the Firebat and it just dives at him mid-jump, there's not much he can do.
They can swoop at you from an angle kind of underneath you where you really can't do anything about it. You just get hit.
Oh, right. And this boss's name is Cerberus. Don't know if we mentioned it.
We didn't mention the boss name.
No, we didn't.
This boss is a bit of a pushover. His pattern never changes, so that fight always looks the same. I did get the quick kill, though. Good mashing.
Nice. All right, and at this point, we already have daggers, so it's just strictly on rails.
If I can get a 1-up here, that would be nice.
I guess I can avoid that game over screen just in case.
Yep.
Yeah.
There it is.
There we are.
Pipe.
Oh, look at that. That's the sound that the 1-up would make if you made a sound.
If it could talk.
Yeah.
It would just be making that sound.
Like a Pokemon, right?
Yep.
That means wait, that would mean his name is
My hands are still very cold.
Yeah, during sometimes it's Zed likes to flex on this part, like just do goofy things to the tune of the music.
You don't want to mess around too much.
Not during a marathon, but
if I got the gold armor, I could have shown them the flying clone.
Oh
well.
Oh well. Okay, so what's the main difference in the second loop around? Like, why are we
really nothing? Well, okay, so in that cutscene after you defeat Beelzebub, Santa Claus is telling us that we can't defeat Loki, who's behind the door, because we don't have the Psycho Cannon.
Which is the final, strongest weapon in the game.
The ultimate weapon. Okay. And it wasn't available to us on Loop 1, so now, if we open a weapon chest with gold armor equipped, we spawn the goddess.
Oh!
We just got eaten.
You got Digestimurad.
Yep.
So the Japanese title for this game is
Daimakai Mura.
Daimakai Mura, but getting eaten is getting Digestimurad.
Yeah, Digestimurad. Oops.
Oh, we didn't make the chest jump there. It is very precise.
It is, yeah.
All right, there we go. Yeah, the detection on that is pretty wonky. You can like jump through it sometimes.
Yeah, the hitbox is weird. I think it's the fact that maybe you can't get eaten while you're in the air. I'm not even sure. It is really strange.
Anyways, Psycho Cannon. How do you get it?
So if I have the gold armor and I open a chest that has a weapon in it, I spawn the Goddess of Battle, and after a few seconds, she drops the Psycho Cannon. And the Psycho Cannon is a crazy strong weapon. You might be wondering why I'm not picking it up now that I'm on the second loop. And really, it just comes down to this boss on this stage is near impossible to kill with the Psycho Cannon.
Right, because the range on it.
Extremely difficult, not safe at all.
Right.
That projectile's chasing me.
Uh-oh.
We're good.
All right. Okay, you're just gonna give it a second there. All right, and you're gonna take the death here again?
Yep.
All right, yeah. He jumps there and then takes the death because it just triggers the checkpoint for this spot here. All right, let's get another big jump in here.
Let's go for it. That's not the greatest boost, but it works.
Okay, big jump hype. Oh, just a
I
little
thought
bit
it was going to
late.
land on the platform there.
Yeah, you jumped a little bit
wonky.
early, eh?
I did.
Ah, that's all right. Oh, there's the game over,
First
though.
game over.
That's okay.
We get our first high score screen.
GFA. Oh, nice. Didn't even know what you were doing. All right, and that's why the PS2 version would be faster?
Yeah, you don't get
it's
that
the same
screen.
thing, but no high scores?
I think.
Okay. All right. Nice, that was a good one.
Yeah. Big skip, and this is the safe path.
Okay, so this is what, big dump?
no,
big dump is failing big jump.
Yeah.
So we
big
saw
dump
big
is
dump.
when we actually got big dump.
Yeah.
That's when you dump your bones into the water.
All right. So far, so
nice
good with the patterns.
Okay, we gotta wait here.
That's not nice.
That's not too bad. He didn't block us again.
He's gonna block his shots there. Oh, okay. Nice. Actually, that was a pretty good ohm.
That was okay.
Yeah. Could be worse. It could be very much worse.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
All right, so this is the last stage, and Zed is going to pick up a Psycho Cannon at a specific point here, just because it saves a little bit of time. Anyways, you're going to have to be fighting some armors who... These guys are called armors, and they give you some interesting patterns.
Yeah, they try to dodge all your attacks, so you have to kind of bait them into you.
Like that.
Yeah.
Wow. That was close.
That was close.
But he's going to have to fight these armors anyways, so he's going to get the Goddess of Battle to spawn, so he can get the weapon to spawn while he's doing this fight. Saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, she takes her sweet time.
Right there. So this is the Psycho Cannon. And while you have the gold armor...
It gets faster. So this is a proximity-based weapon. It does more damage the closer it is to the enemy. I'm going to take a death here just for safety.
Okay, safety. It also cancels projectiles, doesn't it?
Yes, with the gold armor, it becomes faster, and it just goes right through projectiles. It's amazing.
It's really handy for this shielder fight coming up, right?
Sorry?
Really handy for the shielder fight
Yeah,
that's
to block
coming up?
his fireballs.
Yeah. So we get the gold armor. Yeah, see, it's just eating up the fireballs when he shoots.
So I blocked a fireball there.
Nice.
It's safe for me to jump because I have the upgraded Psycho Cannon.
Good.
Normally, I'd have to just wait over there on the left side. But yeah, you can see this thing is just plowing through everything. Unfortunately, it's the only weapon in the game that has a delay before the projectile spawns. Every other weapon, it comes out instantly when I press the attack button, but not this weapon.
You just have to compensate for that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay.
I'm going to go for a damage boost here for a quick kill.
Ooh, go for it.
Oh,
he
he wasn't friendly.
Oh, he almost came back for round 2.
Nice. Okay, I didn't get sandwiched.
This should be quick.
I'm going to play it safe.
He went the wrong way.
Because if he wants to, he can just sit on me. There we go.
Nice. All right, and final boss, the hardest fight in the game.
He's incredible, guys.
Silence,
this is going to be, oh my god, this is another 5 minutes, I think, at least. And that's time. Oh, did I not hit it hard enough?
There it is, there it is. 1740.
Pretty good run, yeah.
Nice.
Something like that. All right.
Very nice, dude. Solid.
That was Ghouls and Ghosts.
And there's Prin.
Yep, alive and well.
Oh yeah, her soul came back to her body.
Congratulations, by the way.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Yeah, that's yeah. That was a solid run. Actually, yeah, that was a pretty good time.
That was pretty good, yeah.
We had 20 minutes for the ETA, so made it under by 2 and a bit.
Sweet.
Good stuff.
So yeah, I'm Zed. You can follow me at twitch.tv/Zedamad, ZEDAHMAD. That's Nito.
Hey.
KNEAT0. And I just want to give a quick shout out to the. Sorry?
I talk too much.
Quick shout out to the rest of the G&G boys. Aquas, Costin, Fred, DOSBox Falco.
DOSBox Falco.
I hope I didn't miss anyone. My brain is just empty right now.
I think you hit most
and Skillshy.
Skillshy. There you are.
Alrighty, guys. So yeah, that was Ghouls and Ghosts. Thank you very much.
See you guys later.
Oh. Hey. Oh, wow, I'm on here. All right, cool. All right, guys. I'm Newbie. This is Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment, the second DLC to come out of this Shovel Knight game. All free DLC. Yeah. So whenever we're ready, I can start, I guess. Do I have to press this split button here?
Yeah.
Just whack it? I don't really want to whack it, but just press it. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Did it go? All right, it worked. So the point of this game is you play as Spectre Knight, one of the bosses from the original Shovel Knight game. And Spectre Knight has some pretty cool abilities. You can climb on walls, and you have this giant scythe. And you can dash through enemies and certain objects as well. And the dash is really fast, so we try to use the dash pretty much as possible here. So up this wall. So it's kind of like Ninja Gaiden-y, sort of. Yeah, like a Ninja Gaiden version of Shovel Knight. So you see we're getting a bunch of money. I'm also getting a bunch of skulls. The skulls will allow me to buy the curios, which are the upgrades, kind of like the weapons from Shovel Knight. They're called curios in this game. And the money will allow me to upgrade one of those curios and also get some armor. Because there's a really good armor in this game. And we don't get any of that till like after level 3 anyway. So just in the meantime, we're just collecting stuff. Your scythe is also long enough, also there, to get through the wall, which is nice. I'm taking some intentional damage boosting as well, just because it's faster than trying to cut through enemies. So there we're able to kind of hop to get our jump back. There's a couple little tricks for speed in this game. So every time you start running, it's a little bit of a slow animation. So if you jump immediately, you're at full walking speed right away. So almost every time I'm going to try to do a little jump before I run. Here I'm getting a health upgrade. There is an upgrade in every level, a health or a darkness upgrade. Darkness works like your magic meter from the original Shovel Knight. I won't be getting many of them, just a couple. I'm mainly getting the health just for safety. Whoops, let's not fall there. I need the skull. Alright, I'm going to actually bounce off this guy into the next screen. That allows me to get that skull that's up there, save a little bit of time. Damage boost through all these guys. So I'm going to need, I can't remember how many skulls I need. 9 or something for the first one, or 10. So the first boss is the same as in Shovel Knight, Black Knight. And similar to in Shovel Knight, there is actually a stun lock. It's a little bit trickier than it is in the original Shovel Knight. But we're going to try and get it where we lock him into the side of the screen here. Start with a hit. Okay, looking good. So this way he's not able to move. Oh, he did move. I talked. Oh, well, it was close. All right, die. Oh my gosh. All right, he's doing pretty well here. So I got like half the stun lock going, so that was okay. Yeah, it's possible to keep him in that corner the entire match, and he doesn't jump around and get off his high horse there. And the closer I am to the right side of the screen, the quicker the animation goes. So you always want to kind of end on the right side of the screen as well. So that was the first level, and there's no home map on this Shovel Knight version. There's just a hub world. So we're not going to get any upgrades yet. We're just going to go straight to the next level. So the reason I want to go to the next level, you can actually choose what level you go to. I'm going to be going to Flying Machine. And the reason for that is to get the upgrades, you have to beat certain levels. So kind of like Mega Man style, you get certain weapons after you complete the level. So the Judgment Rush, which is the weapon I want, is not unlocked until I complete this stage. And Judgment Rush is useful in every single stage after this. So we're going to go for this level first. It's one of the trickier stages, too. So I just have to hope to not die. Whoa. Let's reset the cycle here. Take a damage. There we go. So again, we're collecting skulls here. The skull route is actually also pretty well defined, so I only get the ones that are pretty much right on the route that don't take much deviation here. Also, the checkpoints are now breakable, and I will be breaking most of them. They give you a lot of money, and I need a lot of money to buy a couple things. Those spikes are one-hit kill, which is really dangerous. So we're pretty much maximizing our money here. I need 6,000 by the end of this level. So this is kind of a tricky boss. If I don't get those bombs to hit him.